So if you've ever worked with acrylic, you know that it's a total electrostatic nightmare. The sanding shards are sharp as glass. The stench is overwhelming. And it's really just very unpleasant to work with. Which is why you get the stuff laser cut the way it needs to be done in the first place. So I actually pulled out the Dremel with a round sanding barrel on it, and I can already see this isn't circular anymore. So I gotta redo that one. Is a little too big bad? Is it good? Does it matter? Directions don't say. And these all need more. So as a scale model builder, the general rule is to dry fit all your pieces before you put them together to check for any fit errors. And in this case, for the amount of money involved, certainly, for the fact that these are supposedly precision laser cut, you wouldn't necessarily think you need to do something like that, but you really do. And the first step in this build, even though it isn't listed in the directions, is to test fit that this bearing will fit into or through each of these holes. I just had to use a Dremel on these, and the holes are definitely no longer circular. They're just as big or too big, and there's no way to know if it just needs to be like that. Does this need to be a precision fit, or can there be a little gap on one side? I don't know. But I just lost an entire hour trying to put this together. And whoever wrote the directions, I gotta say that they don't know what they're doing. So here's my third attempt at putting this together. This is just 4 pieces, basically. It shouldn't be more simpler, but the way the directions are laid out, the way the pieces fit, this was unnecessarily a huge hassle, and I mean huge. The only consolation I have is that theoretically this should go slightly faster. Except I just misplaced 2 bolts, and So it looks like this is going to set just above, but I don't know if it's supposed to or not. Looking down the lines here, even though these are all bolted in straight through, some of these other holes are not true at all. So let's see what they're saying is next. Again, this is another case where black on black, clear on white is totally useless, and the web page photo is not any better at all. So the directions here go from saying put this through, and then once it's bolted on, it's time to tighten the rest of the bolts. Well, there's a few places where it looks like bolts can go, but how many? Which ones and where? Do I use M16s? Do I use M22s? I'm going to guess it's the 22s. There are holes in the top of the motor here that almost align, but not really. Because I'm dealing with a motor here, I don't want to put these in too tightly or in the wrong place, because I don't want to damage the motor by accident.